breaking news that was first reported this afternoon by J.D. Miles online at cbsnewstexas.com. A Collin County grand jury has now indicted Karmelo Anthony.
He is accused of killing another high school student at a track meet. The story has generated national interest, and our J.D. is live at the Collin County Courthouse, where he's been gathering reaction to this decision. J.D.
Karen and Ken, Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis says his office has been presenting evidence for weeks to a grand jury panel here and asked that panel to return an indictment of first-degree murder on Karmelo Anthony, which they did today.
Now, we know this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond, and that's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves.
Willis delivered that video statement after the indictment was handed down. A first-degree murder charge carries a 5 to 99 years or life in prison sentence if convicted. Karmelo Anthony is accused of fatally stabbing Austin Metcalf during a track meet inside a stadium where both of their Frisco ISD high school teams were participating. Anthony told police he acted in self-defense and was provoked by Metcalf during an altercation that preceded the stabbing. Anthony's attorney emphasized his plans to use that defense in a video statement released earlier today.
Self-defense is a fundamental right guaranteed every American. The law is clear. When self-defense is raised by the facts, the law puts the burden squarely on the prosecution to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the citizen accused did not act in self-defense.
The father of Austin Metcalf issued a statement to us which says, "I am pleased that we are moving forward with the first-degree murder indictment. It now goes into the court system. I fully believe that justice will be served for Austin Metcalf. I look forward to the forthcoming trial, but it will never bring my son back." I'm told the next step in this legal process will be assigning a judge to the case, and that could happen tomorrow when we expect to get a copy of the indictment. That judge will then decide on when to set an initial appearance for Karmelo Anthony, and that could be days, it could be weeks, it could even be months. And as far as a trial date, I'm told that could be well into 2026. Live.
Damn. Let me just add by saying this. I do like the fact that Austin Metcalf's father comes on there and makes a statement. His statement is very, let's say, stoic. He doesn't really blame no one. He thanks the system for doing what the system does and prosecuting or at least getting an indictment on this individual that killed or accused of killing his son. Now, he's not wishing any badness, no harshness on anybody. Just straight up, quiet with it. Like, thanks, what I'm saying? Hopefully the prosecution do and hope justice is served. It's really that simple. He really not doing too much like I would expect him to do. Like, what they kind of portraying him as, like the bad guy showing up to the meetings or when he's having his little things. Like, he can do that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing nothing yet for real. Like, as long as he ain't causing no mayhem, which he's not. Yeah. On top of that, like, I guess they found the boy guilty. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the sentence. And I want to know, since he's indicted, are they going to pick him up? Because I think he's on house arrest right now, right? And also, I want to ask the audience if y'all do got a video of this thing, because I keep seeing it's like murder caught on tape. And I want to know, like, where's that video at? Maybe I'm not finding it, but I just react to the news, honestly. So, if it's caught on tape, maybe that video will kind of define what's actually going on. But like the lawyer said, the responsibility is on the prosecution, because the prosecution got to make sure they got to prove a reasonable doubt that he didn't use self-defense in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Beyond reasonable doubt. So I still stand on 10 with this, you know what I'm saying? Unless I see that video. If I see that video and the video blatantly says it, yes. It's like, I remember, and I want to add this, some people are saying that he wasn't supposed to be there. Just a random kid at the thing. No, his team and his team both were supposed to be there. They had a tent. He sat under another nigga's tent. It was that simple. And, should just go bad. So I'm not saying you should kill people because somebody put their hands on you, but also that person should not put their hands on you. Definitely if they're like 100 pounds stronger than you and stuff like that. Just bully shit. And I know about some bully stuff in high school. I was with the jocks too. Shit happens. But like I said, doesn't exempt him for killing somebody with a knife he had on him. A lot of people in the chat of my last video had their panties in a bunch about being murder or not. So I just want this. I'd rather it just go into the system so we can kind of follow this trial and see what actually really goes on in this situation. Because this whole thing, I just want to know. I want to know the evidence. I want to see what prosecution is going to pull out. I want to see what the defense is going to pull out, an exemption. So in rebuttal, seeing what's going to happen. I really am interested in this information, the details. But it seems like, yes, at least they got their indictment. So now they probably take it to trial. Because now at this point, he's probably fighting for his life. They says a 5 to a 99-year sentence. So if I was him, I'll be fighting that shit. I'm not playing. It's your life now. And remember, kids, every push is a pull. Every action, there's a consequence to that action, to said action. So when you do things, make sure you're ready for the consequence that may stand behind that action. And that goes for Metcalf, and that goes for buddy ass, yeah. Karmelo Anthony. Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Because first off, you shouldn't be putting your hands on people, and second off, you shouldn't be stabbing niggas. So at the end of the day, we're gonna see what really happens with stuff. I want to get down to the nitty gritty because now I'm interested in court documents of people breaking shit down, explaining stuff, and seeing what's really going on. This is only my personal opinion, you guys. So I don't want to screw anybody's mindset on how I think. I think I'm the middleman. I think I need to see them evidence, and I put a good perception of what I thought happened. But as of now, I know my first video I initially made about this thing is, yes, a person that's bigger than you, stronger than you, should not put their hands on you. I'm not saying he has the right to kill you, but in any way did this kid feel like he was in imminent danger for his life due to him being surrounded by both brothers, being touched and probably tossed like Uncle Phil did Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Is that warrant you to protect yourself? And I want to hear what people see, what they got to say in the chat. Tell me what y'all think in the chat about this. I want to know, what is your limit on protecting yourselves? You know what I mean? And I really want to watch this video, if they have a video of what happened, because is he throwing his ass like Uncle Phil? You know what I'm saying? Or is he just roughing him up? You know what I'm saying? Of course I'm like, me personally, I'd be thinking like he had to do something heinous in order for Buddy to be like, I gotta stab this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He had to grab you up something rough. You know what I'm saying? For you to be like, I gotta stab him. You know what I'm saying? That's my perception. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right. I want y'all to think that same thing. And when y'all making an analyzation of this situation, I want you to do one thing. I want you to take yourself out of the situation of the person you're talking about and put those details back on there, and then reverse the bodies and see how it would feel if you were in those shoes, and what would be an adequate amount for what's the proper response for you to do. Now, y'all do that in the comment section. I don't want to argue with you too much, but I'll let y'all argue within yourself. If I need to, I'll add. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, because it's your boy Angelo Savage. I'm gonna keep going, man. Tell me what y'all think about this situation. Peace. I'm gonna keep you updated. Let's go.